Please help me welcome junior bridesmaid Anya Perry and groomsman Nate Perry. Christina Painter and Michael Corbley. Mariah Long and Josh Kramer. I said it wrong, it's Jay Craze. Melissa Gray and Andy Gress. Ted Nicholson, Kristen Ludwig, and Paul Warner. The maid of honor, Carolyn Perry, and the best man, Ryan Scheidler. And the matron of honor, Laura Gress, and the best man, Matt Evans. I need everybody on your feet. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome, for the first time as a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Ryan Atkins.
What a night, huh? How about one more clap for Ryan and Stephanie? Let me bless this food and our time tonight. Father, we just thank you for this wonderful time we've had so far, and we just pray that you will cover and bless the time that we now have the rest of the evening. I pray that you will bless this food to our bodies and that you will bless every person that's here. And also we pray a blessing upon Ryan and Stephanie for the rest of their lives. And we pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. What a great party, huh? What a really great party. All right, I've written my speech down for two reasons. Number one is my memory is not as good as it used to be, and my emotions will get a hold of me if I don't do it this way. So, again, thank you all for coming tonight. I want to start off by thanking Jerry and Carol. Without those guys, this wouldn't be a party at all either, would it? But for all the help that you guys have put in, thank you very, very much. And then on behalf of Gina and I, and Jerry and Carol, we want to thank everybody else who has been here from the beginning to help set all this up, to put all this together, to make this night happen. Thank you, Stephanie and Ryan, for getting together. Appreciate that. Oh. All right, Stephanie, my beautiful daughter, you are lovely tonight. Ryan, you clean up okay too. Yeah. I'll see if I can get through this. Stephanie, I'm going to try and wing this, okay? So Stephanie was my firstborn, and I have three others, two more daughters and a son. But I'm from four boys, so I just made this assumption that I was going to have a baby boy first. And when it wasn't, I wasn't quite prepared for that. So the way I look at it, God knew what he was doing, because being from all boys, I wasn't, real huggy kissy or that sort of thing. I mean, love in my family was somebody would punch you in the arm. So anyhow, so Stephanie has taught me from the beginning how to be affectionate and how to show love and how to schmooze, that kind of thing. So we went through some things when she was little, and we got real close when we were little. She's always been Daddy's girl. Still is. She still climbs up in my lap, sits in my lap, and that's okay. That doesn't have to stop. That's okay. I can still handle it. But anyhow, I'm very, very proud of you, and I'm just thrilled at the choice that you've made. Ryan, you're a lucky guy. All right, let's see here. Wow. Jerry and Carol, where are you? There you are, sitting right there. Thank you very much for raising such wonderful kids. You have superb kids. And I am thrilled that your son chose my daughter. I'm thrilled. I have a verse that I wanted to give to you guys. I'm going to read it for you, and I'm reading it out of the Amplified Bible. I just like the way it sounds there. So this is kind of my, this will be my advice. Okay, this will be my advice. So Amplified Bible, it is Ephesians 5:33. It says, "Each man among you, without exception, is to love his wife as his very own self, with behavior worthy of respect and esteem, always seeking the best for her with an attitude of loving kindness." And the wife, she must see to it that she respects and delights in her husband, that she notices him and prefers him and treats him with loving concern, treasuring him, honoring him, and holding him dear. So Stephanie, always unconditionally respect your husband. Ryan, always unconditionally love your wife. I think I'm the guy who knows her better than any other man in this room. So if you need any advice in the future, I'm the go-to guy right here. I know all the secrets. I may share a few too. So, ladies and gentlemen, Stephanie and Ryan, or Ryan and Stephanie Adkins, let's raise a toast. I want to make the first one tonight. To a great party, to a wonderful marriage, and to many grandbabies to come.
All right, I'm kind of new to this, so cut me some slack. I'm Caroline. I'm one of Stephanie's siblings, her favorite sibling, by the way. I've known Stephanie since I was born, because I'm her sister, her favorite one at that. One of my earliest memories of Stephanie is probably like playing downstairs in our playroom. Like we were like playing pretend and being tigers or something, and just we had a great time doing that. And other than that, I don't have any embarrassing stories to share, but I do recall like spying on her while she like did her homework and ate Pop-Tarts and kind of stressed out a little bit while she was in high school. But another early memory of mine is when she would sit me on her lap and we'd listen to music while bouncing on like an exercise ball. And this one time, she told me that the first time she saw David Crowder, who sang "How He Loves," he looked ridiculous. He's got this like floofy hair and giant beard, and she and Nate laughed so hard that I got so scared and started crying. And so whenever that song would start, I would start to cry and get scared. And so she'd tell me, no, he's funny. And so I'd go, "Funny guy?" So that's kind of just an example of like how she's always encouraged me and, helped me through things. Where am I here? She's been a great sister for me, and I really aspire to be like her, not only as a person, but as a follower of God. Now, Ryan I didn't meet for a long time after Steph. But, when she reconnected with him, I had kind of heard about him and his whole story, and I think I was a little afraid of him at first because I thought, wow, this guy survived a car accident. This guy must not be human. But as I've gotten to know him, I've grown to just love him, and he's just fantastic. I look up to him in the same way that I do Stephanie. He's a fantastic person. I also hope to be as great at math as he is. That may just take a couple more tutoring sessions, but Now, I've told Stephanie before that I don't want anyone if they're not as amazing as Ryan. So I'll probably be single forever, but but Stephanie and Ryan, I love you guys so, so much, and I'm really looking forward to this new chapter that's going to be unfolding in your lives, and I'm so thankful that I get to be a part of this huge day in your lives together, and I hope God blesses you in your marriage and your life, and yeah, I can't wait to see what's next for you.
Hey everybody, let me get my notes out here real quick. Oh, Shiloh, do you have my notes for me? No, I just want to clarify that was a complete miscommunication, and Ryan and I did not plan that in his room last night, but or maybe we did, we don't know. No, I just want to say thank you again to the Perry family and to the Atkins family for having us here tonight. What a wonderful wedding that was, and it was truly an honor to get to stand up there by y'all's side. So that was a lot of fun. Thanks for having us up there. So my name is Matt, for those of y'all who don't know me. I've known Ryan since the 4th grade, so about 18 years now. We've had a lot of good times together, been in a lot of fights as well, but through it all, just proud to be able to call you more than a friend, but my brother. So thank you for everything you've done for me. You've always been there by my side, and again, it was just an honor to be up there with you today. Stephanie, you look stunning tonight. That was the word Ryan told me to use, but you look beautiful. You look beautiful every day, but today you look very nice. I was talking to some of the guys on the way over that I was the best looking guy on stage for about 3 minutes until you walked on, and then you blew us all out of the water, but you look beautiful. Ryan, we have been through a lot together, but I remember the first time you started, Stephanie was coming over, and I moved to Birmingham 7 years ago, and I only get to see Ryan a couple times a year, but I remember the first time I went over there after he had met Stephanie, and he was telling me about her, and you could just see this physical reaction in his face when he would speak about Stephanie, and he's like, yeah, she's this really cool girl, she's real pretty, and he just continued to look at the ceiling and just keep nodding his head, and at that point I knew that it was going to happen. You guys were going to get married, and here we are, 6 years later, at your wedding reception after you've been married. So congrats to you two. I just want to say that I know that God has a perfect plan for you two, and I can't wait to see what that is. And I'm just really excited for you. And once again, thank you for letting us spend this special day with you guys. So just a toast to Ryan and Stephanie. What a fun day, and to a fun rest of the night.
Thank you, Matt.
Let's give him a round of applause.
All right, so my name is Laura Gress. It was formerly Laura Atkins, but I decided to hand my name off to Stephanie. And so I have just been so honored that I have gotten to live with these two for the past 2 years. Not many little sisters can say that they've gotten to live with their brother and his fiance, so I feel super excited about that. And just being able to learn from them and spend so much time with them, living under the same roof, has been just a blast. And now that I'm married, not anymore, but they're going off on their own way. But it's just been really fun watching these two grow together. Their story is just so special, and it's continuing to just grow, and I'm so excited to see what that looks like. But I'm going to talk about each of these two because I know them both very well. And I'm going to start with Ryan because I knew him first. I've known him my whole life. And Ryan is just, I wrote this down because I tend to get emotional when I'm thinking about these two and just talking about these two in front of this huge crowd. So I'm like, I have to have this right in front of me just so I don't forget anything. But so Ryan, from the time we were little, I always wanted to play with Ryan, learn from him. I always wanted to burp like Ryan. He taught me that from a really young age. And I even wanted to get the same bowl cut as Ryan when I was little. So thanks, Mom, for that. And Ryan constantly looked out for me. When I was in high school, he told me that I couldn't date anybody till I was 30. So here we are. Didn't really happen. But Ryan always made me feel safe and cared for, and he does this with everyone that he interacts with. Even if he just meets them, he just instantly shows them respect, and they know that they're cared for when they're talking to him. And just the way that he loves the people around him, and he's able to just, in the situation that he's been faced in the past 7 years, it's just so amazing to see how he can just go forward and rely on Jesus in every aspect and not let 1 minute go to waste. And you can just look around this room right now and see how many people that Ryan and Stephanie have impacted together, which is super cool. And yeah, we can give a round of applause for that. So great. So, and Stephanie, couldn't think of a more perfect match for Ryan. I remember when Stephanie started coming over to give Ryan massages, I instantly thought she was just so cool and so perfect. And we became friends before Ryan and Stephanie started dating. And we would, work out together. We would go on dessert dates and just talk. And she was always there for me. And we just built a friendship not based on Ryan dating somebody. So that was really neat. And when Ryan finally told me in secrecy that he liked Stephanie, I was so pumped. I just was blown away and just couldn't think of anyone more perfect for my brother. And so now that you guys are married, it's just going to be so fun to see how we can just spend. I just get to see how they can grow together, and we can all live our lives just side by side together, which is so fun. And these two complement each other in so many different ways. When these two are together, they just truly just feed off of each other, and they can challenge each other, and their relationship is built on something so pure, and it's only on Jesus that they can be so joyful and have so much peace. And I'm just so excited to see what the Lord has for these two and how he's going to bless them throughout their lives. So if we can raise a toast for Ryan and Stephanie.
So this should be a piece of cake after the shenanigans that happened up on stage, huh? Unreal. So unlike Matt, I haven't known Ryan since before middle school. I was a CHC. I came over in high school, and it's funny because I remember the first day that I met Ryan. So being a newcomer into CHC, they always match you with a old big brother, and so Matt Evans was my big brother, and I was the little brother. And so Matt, being the non-shy guy that he is, the first day of school, I'm sitting in the auditorium, brand new, don't know anybody, and we're getting ready to go to Camp Kern. And so one of our teachers said, if any big brother hasn't met with their little brother,
please raise your hand so you can come together, so you can introduce and meet other people. And Matt, being the non-shy guy that he is, didn't raise his hand at all. And I was just left there, just chilling. Didn't know anybody. And I'm just sitting there by myself. And so I'm like, all right, well, I got to get on the bus to go to Camp Kern. And I get on the bus, and I'm like, you know what? I'm heading to the back because that's where the cool kids are. And I got to meet some friends. So I just make my way to the back. I sit down. Across the aisle from me is this big, hairy man-child with a red UC t-shirt and black UC Bearcats basketball shorts. Sup, dude? Hey, man. It was Ryan Atkins. And so we meet, and we were chatting all the way there, and he asked me, he's like, oh, so you're new. Who's your big brother? And I told him Matt Evans, and his eyes lit up like, oh, my, yeah, how, you know. So we literally, on the way there, just roasted Matt about how he was just a little coward and wouldn't come talk to me at all. We finally met eventually, but obviously we turned out okay. But anyway, little did I know that, you know, that day would be a lasting friendship. And we had, 4 years of high school, and 1 year we roomed together at University of Cincinnati, Ryan and I did. And just an amazing time. And honestly, Ryan, when I was thinking about this, thinking about you, like, there's just really three things that pop out in my mind, like, immediately. And like the first one is just like determined. Like, you are very, very determined as a man. And I've seen that in you, and just the way that you carry yourself, and the way that you handle your relationships with your friends, the way you handle your relationships with Stephanie, the way that you handle your work, the way you handle being a man. Just seeing that has been amazing, and it's really spurred me on just to be just a better man too, and like watching you just grow and grow into the person that you are. Like, you've always been a determined person, and I pray and I know that you're going to carry that into your marriage. Second thing that came to my mind was just your loyalty. Like, you are a unbelievable loyal friend, and I can't thank you enough for that. And there's been plenty of times where, like Matt said, there's been some arguments, and like Massey said, under the skin things that we've done to each other, mainly you to me, but it's all right. I will admit it's easy to get under my skin, so you're really good at it. I hope that I've grown a little bit, but you can still prick me a little bit every now and then. So. But anyway, you've always been there, and we've always had each other's backs, and I've really loved that about you. And you've always just not just been there just for me, but I've seen the way that you've been there for your other friends too, and and that's just been something that I've looked up to as a man. And the third thing is just wisdom. You're such a wise guy, and I can remember just talking constantly about hard decisions, things that we made eventually when we grew up, just a couple years ago, actually, when we came in. We were boys for a long time, but just talking about, careers and how we were going to carry ourselves into hopefully relationships and things like that. And I've always looked to you for advice, and just the words that have come out have just been so wise, and I just have really appreciated just those times together, and the long conversations that we've had, and you've always been willing to have those conversations too. And so as a friend, I really appreciate that. I think a lot of people have mentioned too, just like I remember when Stephanie was coming over. So I was in Birmingham too with Matt, and I only get to see Ryan when I would come home for break in summer and stuff like that, and I remember coming over and seeing Stephanie coming over for massages once a week and being like, hey, who's this? And it's like, oh, Stephanie, she gives me a massage once a week. And I was like, oh, okay. They give massages, yeah, and all that stuff. And then next thing I know, I'm coming back and she's hanging out a little bit more, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I'm like, so a year and a half later, I finally, we're driving somewhere and I'm like, Ryan, what's going on? And finally, Ryan, because he's so open, he's just like, says things on his mind, right? He finally goes, dude, she's awesome. And your eyes lit up, and you finally told me that you guys were, pursuing one another. And I just remember that, just being so happy for that, and seeing how you guys have grown together has been just amazing experience. I really appreciate you guys letting me be a part of it, even though I almost ruined it up there. I know you would have powered through, but I still, yeah. And so, so just like Matt said, just thank you so much for letting us be up there with you guys, and want you to know that we're going to be here for you no matter what. Kelsey and I will be praying for you, loving you guys, and just let us know if you guys need anything. We'll always be there for you, and yeah, we're really excited to see how God uses you guys in the future, and where you guys head. So thanks again.
I know what you see when you look at me as we walk down the aisle. Little pink tutu, bows and tennis shoes, and the wide eyes of your child. Those are all the memories you will cherish and you'll carry, no matter how much time has come and gone. Daddy, dance with me. I want you to see the woman I've become. Daddy, don't let go. I want you to know I'll always need your love. Today I became his wife, and I'll be your baby girl for life. Don't know what to do when I look at you. Words can't say enough for what you've done for me. You gave me what I need. You were tender, you were tough. 'Cause the world you built around me is the strength that will surround me and protect me now that I am on my own. Daddy, dance with me. I want you to see the woman I've become. Daddy, don't let go. I want you to know I'll always need your love. Today I became his wife, but I'll be your baby girl. You gave me faith, you gave me life, you trusted me to live it right, and now you give your blessing on his love and mine. Daddy, dance with me. I want you to know I'll always need your love. Today I became his wife, but I'll be your baby girl for
Let's give him a round of applause. All right, you see people, who's that? It's the Bearcat! All right, you see people, let's make some noise! All right, we need the UC alumni on the dance floor to get a group picture with the Bearcat.
What's up, everybody? Let's do that after. All right. So I've been knowing Ryan now since elementary school. It's all good. And we've been talking for a couple months now, probably a year, about how maybe I could make them something, a song that could, talk about their relationship and everything they've been through, because it's been a long journey, and I just thought that could be a good present that I could give them that would really mean something. And Ryan's meant so much to me my whole life. I was always like the younger one in the crew, like all these dudes you've been listening to all night. And they always included me in everything, and I really appreciate that from you. Stephanie, I can say from me and all the guys that we really appreciate you too, and you're an angel, no doubt about it. So I made a little song here. It's called One Day Closer. I know that you guys have been stressing that for a while now, and that's been like the saying, but I guess the day is here. So here we go. This is One Day Closer. I just made this song a couple of days ago, so if I look down at the lyrics a couple of times, don't forget. All right.
This will make me sound a little crazy, but I can't go a day without you, baby. And I don't really care what they think, cause anyways the internet is crazy. Going loco, heart is moving slow-mo. Can't you just move in here? Don't want you to go home. Wanna spend a day with you, strap you to a GoPro. I could beat you Baka, never let you solo. I'm a little different, they say, but I know that you'll listen anyway. And tell me, is this the case? I've been waiting for the day, for forever with you, babe. One day, one day, just one day, one day, just one day, one day, one day, just one day. So why don't you say I do? Why won't you understand? I hope this love is true, so I don't have to love another one but you. June 1997, some would call it history. To me it felt like heaven. Nike on the feet, dungarees on the jeans, acting like I'm something to the girl of my dreams. Story longer than what I can find a rhyme. Everyone was after you, I had to wait in line. Maybe certain things just needed time. Maybe if you miss me, I could see you down the line. I'm a little different, they say, but I know that you won't listen anyway. But tell me, is this the case? I've been waiting for the day, forever with you, babe. But this ain't where the story ends. Ended up in college, you would see me and ignore your friends. Probably never figured that this person would be more than them, but that's just how it goes. RSA forever yours. One day closer, one day closer, one day closer, one day. So why don't you say I do? Why don't you son this too? I hope this love is true, so I don't have to love another one but you. 2009 we had an accident. Don't go into where I was, don't know what was happening. Still remember you were seated by the bed. Got this angel in my head, must have been your silhouette. A miracle, or a gift from God instead. Maybe I should listen up to what this person says. Full circle, that's you running through my head. Always had me in your heart, but you came back for the rest. I'm a little different, they say, but I know that you won't listen anyway. So tell me, is this the case? I've been waiting for the day, for forever with you, babe. One day closer, one day closer, one day closer, one day. So why don't you say I do? Why won't you son this through? I hope this love is true, so I don't have to love another one. So why don't you say I do? Why won't you son this through? I hope this love is true, so I don't have to love another one but you. 7 years later, no denial. Somehow you still have the heart of a child. I will walk directly down that aisle. My angel, my everything, the reason for the smile.